All right, Larry Krueger here in the press box after one of the most amazing football games I have ever seen. 49ers come from behind and win 34-31. We're brought to you by Pig in a Pickle. Go get the barbecue. They're in Emeryville, they're in Corte Madera, but what a game. Oh my God. 49ers 34-31. On the way to Vegas now for the Super Bowl. One of the best games I think I've ever seen. Brock Purdy, 20 of 31, 267 yards, a touchdown, a pick, but he also had 51 big yards rushing. Purdy played with incredible heart. Niners averaged almost 5 yards a carry on the ground in this thing. What a game. I mean, what a freaking game this was. Let's just do a quick review before I go down into the locker room and talk to some of the players and Kyle Shanahan. Jameson Williams scores on a 42-yard touchdown on the first drive. 4 plays, 75 yards. They go down the field and nothing, and it's 7-0 Detroit. Jake Moody, then the Niners have a long drive, but Jake Moody misses a 48-yard field goal wide right, and it's still 7-0. Well, the Lions get the ball and they score again on their second possession, and this time an 11-play drive. Montgomery went in from 1 yard out. They're up 14-0 early. I mean, early. Detroit had a 137-45 total yards edge at that point, and they're up 14-0. But the Niners respond, okay? They get the CMC 2-yard touchdown run to cap an 8-play, 75-yard drive in 3:45. So it's 14-7 beginning of the second quarter. End of the first quarter, by the way, Detroit had a 137-88 yardage edge, and were averaging 9.1 yards per play. I mean, they were just incredibly dominant. And they're moving the ball down the field on their third drive, but Bosa got a big sack on second down and forced a punt. So you got a 14-7 Lion game. Then Purdy gets intercepted by Chris Rodriguez. And you're thinking, man, this game is going to get out of hand. And then sure enough, 5 plays later, Jahmyr Gibbs goes in from a 15-yard touchdown run. Detroit's up 21-7, and the place was totally shocked. Then Juwan Jennings had a concussion, or at least was checked for a concussion. He went back in the game. But 49ers then go 3 and out on their next series. And it's, Detroit gets the ball and moves down the field, and, on 3rd and goal, Goff went to Gibbs, and then they settle for a Badgley 21-yard field goal. And here's where I think they started to see this game slip out of hand. One, it's 4th and goal from the 2. You've got David Montgomery. He is carving up huge yardage, and you go for the field goal there. That was weird. I mean, that was so not Dan Campbell. 4th and 2, and they settle for a Badgley 21-yard field goal. They should have gone for the throat, man. At that point, it would have been 28-7. This thing would have been on ice. It was already a 17-play drive, and they go for the Badgley field goal on 4th and goal from the 2. And so instead of being 28-7 at half, it's 24-7 at half. And then, you look at the second half, the 49ers, I thought Campbell kind of really gagged here. He went for it on 4th down. Reynolds had the drop. Then they abandoned the run at weird points. I mean, they're going flea flicker and all these Goff on the run. You're running Montgomery at will. Why wouldn't you just keep running Montgomery? But whatever. Then he goes for it on 4th down in field goal range. It was going to be like a 47-yard field goal. Instead, they go for it when all you need to do was really get some points. The Niners go 27 unanswered points in the second half. They were down 24-7 at halftime. By the way, the same score as is 1957 in that last game with the Lions, but the Lions came back on the Niners. So the Niners literally got payback on 1957 with this win. And they go from down 24-7 to 34-24. And Purdy was just sensational as far as the runs, the poise. The Niners win the second half 27-7 and win this game 34-31. An incredible night here at Levi's. CMC with the touchdown run in the second half. Moody made a 33-yard field goal to put the Niners up 27-24. You look at the way this game played out. Goff threw incomplete on the run on 4th and 3. I mean, 4th and 3 from the 37. Run David Montgomery. He's carving out huge yardage. No, you have Goff throw incomplete. Niners get it back with with their ninth possession, and Purdy has a huge scramble on 3rd and 4 for 21 yards, and then that was Elijah Mitchell scoring from 2 yards out to make it 34-24. 7-play, 70-yard drive, 27 unanswered points for the 49ers. Amazing comeback. I mean, absolutely amazing comeback. Thank you, Dan Campbell, for to being you. And man, and then Kittle recovered the deflected fumble from Chris Conley, or deflection on the onside kick, and the 49ers win the game amazingly, 34-31, an all-timer here at Levi's. All right, we're going to go into the locker room. We're going to talk to some of the players. Shanahan. Right now, they're on the stage. Purdy's on the stage talking to Mike Shanahan, to Michael Strahan, who's on the stage. They've got the champion hats on. It's a great moment if you're a Niner fan. I mean, just sitting here and you're sitting there. This game was done, man. Detroit had this thing 24-7 at halftime, and to turn that around and to just win 34-31 to go to the Super Bowl now 4 years after the Niners took on the Chiefs in Miami. They get the rematch against Mahomes in Vegas. We will be there all week. We've got our show coming up later on tonight. I'm going into the locker room right after this is done, and we'll bring you some of the sights and sounds. And of course, we want to talk with you. So, Danny's going to be there. Rye, Baller, Kev. Coach said he wanted to stop by on Saturday, so I'm going to send him an invite. Damon, JD. It's going to be a post game party, and it's going to be awesome. We'll be up here in the press box in probably about an hour from now, and we will get this going. And man, I think this could be an epic night for the show. It's obviously an epic night for the Niners. I can't wait to go in there and draw out some of that stuff in the locker room. It's going to be a great scene. And Niners are going to the Super Bowl. So if you're a Niner fan, you have to be feeling good. Brock Purdy, as I said, 20 of 31 for 267 is what I had down. A touchdown, a pick. But the 51 yards rushing, that was absolutely huge. And they had to have it. It wasn't their best night. Let's be honest, Detroit's coming. I mean, Detroit is absolutely legit. Goff had a big night. They could not pressure him in his face. Hargrave, I didn't see Hargrave. If he was out there, I didn't see him in Goff's face. He really didn't have the kind of game I thought he was going to have. Niners did not dominate inside, but Nick Bosa had a couple sacks. Fred Warner had a number of big plays. I think it was definitely the wise move to go with Jair Brown. Jair Brown had a number of hits, and he was incredibly physical in this game. I loved what I saw from Jair Brown in this game. So a lot of good things to talk about. We're going to go into the locker room, talk to some of the players, and we'll be back up and start the post-game show. Join us. It's going to be one of the biggest, best post-game shows as the Krug Show on the way to Vegas.